Jake Paul is going to beat Mike Tyson, and it's going to be easy. Tyson is never going to knock him out. And realistically, you shouldn't even watch the fight. Do not buy into the hype. In fact, the most interesting thing about this fight is how many people that don't watch fighting are interested in it. Because it's going to be a very boring fight. Jake, Tyson, and Netflix have done an amazing job promoting it, but let's get into why the fight is going to suck and why Jake is going to easily win. Just to be clear, Tyson would obviously eat Jake alive if he was in his prime. In fact, a 42-year-old Tyson would probably eat Jake alive, okay? He would rip open his rib cage and eat his heart in the ring. But as you can see in this video, Mike Tyson's last fight against Roy Jones Jr., Tyson is basically 100 years old, okay? He's sluggish. He can't even knock out a 60-year-old. This fight was a draw against a 60-year-old. In Mike Tyson's last fight, he drew against a 60-year-old. And Roy Jones Jr., the next year, fought against Vitor Belfort, a 40-year-old, and got knocked out, okay? So it isn't because Roy Jones Jr. is some amazing fighter. It's just that they're both 60 years old. Tyson is not knocking out anyone, especially not Jake Paul. Just to be clear, this video isn't me defending Paul. He isn't really a great boxer. He's just fighting a 6-year-old after all. But Paul is a decent professional boxer, and people don't realize Paul is a professional boxer. He isn't a great professional boxer, but he is a decent boxer, and he's 100 years younger than Tyson. Also, Paul has a history of fighting MMA knockout artists like Tyron Woodley, okay? He has decent footwork, and he knows how to disengage and keep his distance. All the people he fights try to knock him out, and Jake is very good at defensive boxing, okay? He is in far better shape than Tyson, and I will say it again, Tyson is 60 years old. It doesn't matter what kind of juice Tyson is on, he is 60 years old. Which gets me to the next point the casuals don't get, and what is going to be the most interesting part of the fight, at least to me. Both Jake and Mike are 100% on steroids. I don't think people understand how unserious the drug testing is in all of boxing, but especially in these gimmick Jake Paul fights. More plates, more dates. The big YouTuber talks about how unserious the drug testing is in boxing, okay? And that especially applies to Jake Paul fights. The only reason Mike is taking this fight is because he is in love with his current stack of Turbo Gorilla rocket fuel. And that is the most interesting thing about this fight. It's like watching a scientific experiment of what happens when you pump a 6-year-old full of the highest quality grizzly bear hormones. But realistically, this fight is going to be boring. I don't think Jake has anything to gain from knocking out a 60-year-old, so he will just win by points. Watch it if you really want, but don't say I didn't warn you.